والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All praise for Allah, Lord of the worlds, and peace and blessings be upon Prophet Muhammad, his companions, and all those who strive to follow in their footsteps. Welcome, my dear viewers, brothers and sisters, to another episode of Qur'an and Science brought to you from Huda TV. And today we'll be speaking more about the wind, maybe the scientific cause of the wind, the importance of the wind, and also the risks and hazards from the wind. For this, we have with us in the studio Professor of Geology, Zaghlol El-Naggar. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show. I would also like to introduce my dear guest for this episode for questions regarding this topic. We have with us Abdul Halim Khalil and Abdul Rahman Ismail. Assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show. Before we move on to further discussion and further explanation of the topic mentioned, I'll provide you with this holy verse from Surah Al-A'raf. Please listen to it and we'll return back.
وهو الذي يرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته حتى إذا أقلت سحابا ثقالا سقناه لبلد ميت فأنزلنا به الماء فأخرجنا به من كل الثمرات كذلك نخرج الموتى لعلكم تذكرون.
It is He who sends the winds as heralds of glad tidings before His mercy, till when they carry heavy-laden clouds, we drive them to a land that is dead, then cause rain to fall upon it, bringing forth every type of fruit. Similarly, we shall bring the dead to life, so perhaps you may be mindful.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. You're watching Qur'an and Science. And first I'd like to ask my dear brother Abdul Halim Khalil, what is the meaning that you're getting from this verse, this holy verse?
The meaning is, like everything else, Allah sends the rain, like all the rizq, to His slaves, to His worshippers. And when the cloud becomes heavy, the rain falls on land which may be dead, but Allah makes it alive.
So do you think the wind is the cause of this?
Oh man, the wind is what ties it all together. Takes it here, wherever Allah sends it.
What is the religious meaning that you're getting from this verse?
And it's a reminder that everything, we're dependent on Allah and everything.
Yes.
And we should not take for granted even the breath that we have. Allah sends it, the oxygen.
It's a mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
The rain, He sends it. The wind,
yes,
He sends it. Everything is completely 100% dependent on Allah and nothing else.
Okay. Abdurrahman?
Allah is describing the wind as agents that bode well for human beings. Like they are heralds of good news when as they are the carriers of clouds. And as my brother has mentioned, the wind carries clouds, and then when it becomes heavy with some scientific operation, the rain falls and turns the dead land into a green area.
To find out about this scientific operation or process of having wind and rain, we'll move to Professor Zaghlol for further explanation.
In the name of Allah, our Creator, the Creator of the universe, and of everything that's in it, I greet you all in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, blessings, and mercy be with you all. The main message of this verse is the parable between the bringing up of a green shoot from within a germinating seed buried in the soil, and the resurrection of dead bodies from the soil. This is the main message of this ayah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing us that in as much as He can bring forth a green shoot from within a germinating seed buried in the soil, as rain comes down, falls down on that soil, He will definitely on the day of resurrection will send a special rain from which every dead body will be resurrected from a seed that's left behind from his decaying body. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is quoted to have said, كل بني آدم يبلى إلا عظما واحدا هو عجب الذنب منه خلق وفيه يركب. Every human being, actually his body will decay. The body of every human being will decay. And the earth will eat everything of that body. Water and minerals, and flesh and everything. And except for a small bone that's found in the last tip of the vertebral column, which is scientifically known as the coccyx. And he said this tip never decays. It will remain. And on the day of judgment, on the day of resurrection, Allah will send down a special rain by which every dead body or every person who lived on the surface of that planet or every animal actually lived will be resurrected from that seed that was left behind in exactly the same way any plant will grow from its own seed. And this statement is unique among the sayings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because although many Muslim scholars actually could not understand the meaning of the hadith, and even some people try to negate it, you see. I was surprised to find a German scientist from the University of Humboldt in Berlin who verified this hadith scientifically, experimentally, and proved every word in it to be absolutely correct without knowing the hadith. He was studying the embryological development of the amphibians.
Yes.
He noticed that once the ova of the amphibian has been fertilized, it starts to divide until it becomes like a berry, a small berry, you see,
yes,
with lots of divisions in it. And actually they call it a berry-like structure, you see. And this berry-like structure is two-layered, an ectoderm and an endoderm. And on the 15th day of the age of this fertilized ovum or embryo, he noticed that there is a thin line that appears on the surface of the ectoderm. He wondered, what's the function of that line? He kept on observing it until he saw that all the ectoderm cells passed by that line to specialize. They change into lung cells, heart cells, kidney cells, you name it, you see, muscles, bone cells, and the like. So he called this line the primary streak, or the organizer. He tried to cut that line and implant it in another embryo. It grew as an individual being on another axis.